Fire chicken here. I am stuck in traffic and bored. So thought maybe, just maybe, you guys would want to keep me company while I'm stuck in traffic. So how's everybody's day going? So I got up this morning, go to work, dark out, look out in the yard. My yard's completely flooded. Completely flooded. But you know what's not flooded? My damn cage. My damn cage is not flooded. Do you know why it's not flooded? Because we built that thing right. I'm proud of that cage. I can't wait until the 23rd so you guys, the fans, the viewers, all of you can see for yourself the cage. Illuminate the state. What's up? What's up? I can kind of read comments today because, yeah, you know, I'm pretty much stopped. So, but anyway, I still got a little bit of stuff to do on the cage. Like, it's completely functional right now. I could go out there and use it, but there's just like details, small details and stuff that Juan Hernandez, fighter in the house. There's just small things that I got to do to it. King Warlord from Canada. Anyway, there's small things that I need to do to it. You know, like I bought a stencil kit to start on with the Wall of Fame. There won't be anybody on the Wall of Fame for like a little while. They're going to have to get like 8 wins to get on the Wall of Fame. So it's going to take a little while. I probably will do like our staff and sponsors and some of our early OG supporters kind of thing. There's a few people that are going to make it on the wall, but yeah, that'll happen before the event. I mean, unless it doesn't stop raining. But I mean, as far as it being ready to go, yeah, they could jump right in there and box, MMA, whatever. And the nice thing about it is that it's like you get in there and there's grip. So it's not turf, it's artificial grass. So I guess there's a difference. If you've ever seen like real turf, it's like damn near flat. And it's like sandpaper, and you can get like rug burns really bad on it. People have brought up like rug burns on this stuff, but really I don't see anybody running 20 miles an hour and then tackling somebody or falling down. Maybe you'll get some scuffs on the ground rolling around, but man, when I first started training jiu-jitsu, we trained on like carpet and stuff. I mean, it was common to get rug burns, but I don't even know. I don't think this stuff's going to be as bad as some people think it is. Boxers, you guys are going to love it. You guys are absolutely going to love it. It's solid. You don't got to worry about getting tangled up in bungee ropes anymore. Hey, I thought our bungee ropes had character. Okay. But, yeah, you don't got to worry about that anymore. I would like to make a Thunderdome for it. I think that would be sick as hell. Make a Thunderdome. But there's of course like viewing window all the way around it because they're 4-foot plywood panels around the bottom of it. But then the cage is 6 feet tall, so you got a couple feet to look through. And again, I'm going to say, like, you know, we do all this for YouTube anyway. This is for you guys to watch when they get uploaded to the channels. Whether it's our channel or the Street Beef's main channel. That's what these videos are made for. So, like, everything that's inside the ring needs to be good. You know, I'm not too concerned about, like, I don't really care about what the outside of the cage looks like from the outside looking. looking at it. That's not really important. And a lot of people want to come spectate, and I get it. You know, you want to spectate because you want to be part of it. But if I allowed all the fighters' corners, the team of people that I have running the events, and then just allowed free range of spectators to come out, there wouldn't be. I mean, we've had it kind of happen before, and it's way overcrowded. Like, parking's ridiculous. As it is now, I'm asking the fighters, please carpool. I mean, it's kind of awkward to like carpool with your opponent, but you know what I mean? Just like, if your corner's going, go together. And we are starting the event earlier, so I will be asking some people to show up early to get their fights out of the way. Especially if you want to get out of there. And like, I guess the Conor McGregor fights that night, somebody brought up to me. I don't really care, but I'm not buying the pay-per-view, so I don't care. I'm not too interested in seeing Conor McGregor fight anyway. But I mean, if you are, and you want to get out of there and be like, hey, chicken, can I get my match done first or whatever early? It doesn't matter if you're main event or what. You know, they go on the internet how they go on the internet. I'm going to send the most active, fights and the best fights over to Virginia first. Those are the ones that are going to get uploaded and probably get the most views. The first ones. Yeah, it'd be out of control. Buddy V. I'm also thinking about giving out win bonuses, but they're not money. Okay, I have to say that because I can say it a million times, and the one time I slip up and don't say it, somebody makes a video or runs off and says, "Oh my God, he's paying people." No, we don't pay people. Not paying fighters. That's illegal. We want to keep this legal. But I was thinking like maybe like win bonuses, like a T-shirt or something, you know, fastest KO, fastest submission, fastest unanimous decision. No, I'm just kidding. But incentive, you know, not only that, but quick fights get views. So let me know what you guys think about that. You guys got anything? You guys are riding with Chicken today because Chicken's stuck in traffic, and I've gone like a mile in a half hour, so it sucks. At least I'm but at least I'm going downhill with the clutch, not up the hill. I used to take a different way to work or a different way home, and you know, I'd have to ride the clutch like all the way up a hill. Sucked. Now I can just push the clutch in and roll. So yeah, win bonuses possibly. I'm going to talk to maybe a couple people. Maybe see what we got in our funds. So I'll put it this way, guys. I have to pay for, like, if I want to give out a shirt as a prize or a raffle, that shirt costs me the same thing it costs you guys. It's $20, okay? So I got to turn around and pay the shirt vendor $20. So anytime that I decide to oh, sorry, I'm trying to read that. Who needs a better nickname? Oh, yeah, I like my nickname. It's got a lot of meanings. Anyway, we already got two GoPro 8s, Mitch. We're not running GoPros anymore. I have a camera crew. Professional camera crew. It's Pete from up in Seattle, the guy that did the filming last time. He brings his own camera and he edits everything, but he's setting up 2 cameras. But he approached me on Instagram a while back, and he was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about like coming out and filming for you guys." So I like clicked on his Instagram. I was like, "Whoa, this can't be real!" Like, this guy's got some really good, lot of talent and like some really good cameras. So, but he came out and he's like, "I just want to do this for you guys. I want you guys to be having like really good footage." And so I thought that was awesome. So he wants to come back, and yeah. But anyway, where was I? Oh, anyway, so what I'm getting at is, when you guys super chat me like on here, and what's that say? How's it going, bro? I'm off Monday all day, dude. So we'll see how Friday is. We'll kind of play it by ear, okay? Oh, okay. What I was getting at was, I gotta buy all this stuff myself, and when you guys do like super chats and donations to the scrapyard, then I can just turn around and like purchase a T-shirt with, like, if you guys donate $20, dude, that's $20. That's a T-shirt that I can give out as a fighter bonus to a fighter for whatever, okay? You can give them out for like most heart, quickest win, best submission, whatever. But yes, that's where your guys' contributions come in. I'll tell you guys, like, this cage that we just built was outrageously expensive. I think we got about $5,000 wrapped up in this thing. Sponsors, donations, and my pocket. So think about that when you guys, watch our fight videos and stuff. I put the money back into this. I feel like I can just keep improving it and making it better and better, and give you guys more of what you want. But I always try to take care of the fighters, as far as like trying to make things better for them. That's why I went with like AstroTurf, or I should say artificial grass. I feel like that's the best thing. It's okay. So anything that you work with, whether it be turf, mats, grass, sand, everything is going to have a positive and a negative. I just feel like the turf that we went with, first off, some of the negatives people have brought up, like, oh, turf burn. I think that's not going to be nearly as much of an issue as people think it is. Something else, the difficulty of installing it was freaking crazy. It was like, I mean, we had to do math, we had to do a lot of cutting, but the hardest part of it was the weight of that AstroTurf. It doesn't look like it, but those rolls of AstroTurf, they weigh like 1,700 pounds each. So they're 40 foot long. So, I mean, you can figure it out. It's almost 900 pounds. Almost 900 pounds for half the roll. Okay. And then, so just 10 feet of it is like, it's like what a whole roll of wrestling mat weighs. Except it's like really hard to grip with your fingers. You try to move it and it sticks to the ground because it's abrasive at the bottom. So I mean, even just like trying to move around a 5 foot cutout of that stuff is heavy. It is awkward. It doesn't move very easy. We had a whole team there, and we couldn't drag those rolls and that kind of stuff on our own. We had to hook a winch chip to it, and like use a pulley system and tear my yard apart. That's another thing now. Because of the beating my yard took, I got to order a ton of dirt, fill dirt, and that kind of stuff before the event. Hopefully, it's not too wet out. I can actually get the dirt down and not have to put it in, because I won't be able to put it in mud puddles. So I might have to just section off the whole yard. So people are gonna not be able to stand very close. I don't know yet. I don't know. It just depends on how bad the rain is on the 23rd. I'm gonna really try to figure something out. If I find out it's gonna rain really bad, I'll figure something out to protect the fighters, to keep rain off them during the fight. Like I said, I want to do what's best for the fighters. Cleats are not allowed in our ring. Okay. As you guys know, we have our own set of rules as far as shoes and that kind of stuff goes. So I don't allow kicks to the head with shoes on. Also, I don't allow one fighter to have shoes on and the other fighter to not have shoes on. You need to have the same stuff on that your opponent has on. It's like one fighter saying, well, I'm not going to wear a cup. No, you both got to wear a cup. Anybody got any questions? Like, if you want to know who's fighting who, if it's on the top of my head, I might be able to tell you. We got like, I'm going to say 35 fights lined up. Plus we're going to be doing BJJ matches on the side. Okay. BJJ matches, and our Gumby is fighting Isaiah. Isaiah is actually Achilles. He's in here. Let's see. I am excited mostly for Pookie versus Animal. I really want to see that fight because I love watching Pookie fight. His style reminds me a lot of my coach. So I like to watch him fight. Anybody that's fought in our yard before, I'm excited to see fight. Gumby versus Isaiah, obviously, that's a title fight. Yeah, I wish Running Man was still with us, but he moved on to greener pastures. Maybe they're not greener over there, I don't know. He moved on to other pastures. Tried to get him out on the last event, but he had to work or something. That would have been cool. I had a match all lined up for him and everything, and he told me he was going to take it, and then I don't know, something happened with work. Well, that happens. I think Turco and Turkish Assassin were both going to fight last time, and they didn't get a chance to because of work. Arm & Hammer's fighting. Did you guys know that? Arm & Hammer is fighting a guy named Boombox. Now, I don't know Boombox trains with Destroyer. And I don't know much about Boombox, but I asked him, I was like, hey, you guys are the same weight, and, Arm& Hammer's opponent backed out. So he's like, I'll fight him. It's like, oh, okay. Like, you've seen his fights? Yep. Okay, cool. So that'll be... I wish I could have seen Boombox fight already. Shad Shrugs is fighting. I want to see him fight. I got to spar with him the other day, so... Oh, there's a wreck up here. I just seen a tow truck go by. Anytime that I've sparred with somebody, it's always neat to see the style they used against me, how they used it against their opponent. So, Simo is fighting. He's fighting a guy named Hollywood. Hollywood I trained with a little bit a while back. My coach. And he came out and trained with us for a little bit. So, I'm interested in seeing that fight. He came out and trained with us a little bit the other day. I haven't seen Simo in a minute, maybe since the last event. J. Lou, he's fighting. You guys never got to see J. Lou. Wait, did you? You guys never got to see J. Lou. So, J. Lou's fought in our yard before. He's a college wrestler. And he actually fought Gumby. And Gumby won via triangle choke. Yeah, his video got deleted. That was a good match. So J. Lou's fought in the yard before, but he's going to be fighting Buddy V. And so Buddy V is actually fighting twice. He's fighting J. Lou and Gash. Anybody that's watching, if you're a female or you know a female fighter that's around 155 pounds, if you're interested in fighting Gash, get a hold of me. Oh, this is painstakingly slow. I don't want to be here. I want to be at home. It was such a pain in the ass to walk into work this morning. I got like a mile and a half walk into work, and it was just pouring down rain. My rain gear was soaked. So, again, Scarface is coming out soon, out to the yard. I have an official date, but I'm not telling anybody when the date is. Oh, I mean, the reason is because, what did I just mention 10 minutes ago? I said, hey, we don't have room for spectators, okay? And just because Scarface is going to be there, that doesn't, there's no exception to that, you know? We can't just have, like, a bunch of people show up because Scarface is there. The people that are going to be there are going to be the fighters. Their cornermen, and our crew of people, and the small, minuscule spectators that I do have that have been there since the beginning. Those are going to be who are going to be allowed to show up to the event. I'll say it's coming up. I'll just put it that way. And I will make a video on it coming up, but five rounds? No. We don't do 5 rounds. All our fights are 3 rounds. Even our title fights. Yeah. It's hard enough getting people to watch 3 rounds all the way through. Then you go and add like 5 rounds. I hate to say it, but the attention span of your average YouTube viewer does not extend to 5 rounds. Kickboxing and boxing, 2-minute rounds. MMA, 3-minute rounds. Oh, I might have brought it up at one point, like 5 rounds, but, you know, we did our title fight, and I forgot to tell the fighters that we were doing extra rounds, so they assumed it was 3 minutes. And I was like, you know what? But so then we had to go with 3 minutes. You know, you can't just change it up and be like, somebody trains for five round fight, and then, trains for a 3 minute. I can't talk. 3 round fight, and then they have to do a fight. It's not fair. So I was like, okay. But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? It makes sense because attention, you know. Plus, I feel like this. Okay, so if you know you're fighting in 5 rounds, you're going to pace yourself more. You're going to go out there and you're going to pace yourself, trying to conserve energy. No, they're not though. MMA fights or MMA rounds are 3 minutes. These aren't professional fighters, guys. These are backyard fighters. Yes, some of them have some training. Some of them have a lot of training, but you can't expect somebody that just coming off the street to go out and do like 5 3-minute rounds or whatever. No way. I feel like our fights have been good so far. You know, like the time limits and everything. I feel like they've been fine. Hell, tough man contests, they do 1-minute rounds. Over in Virginia, if you want to, they'll let you do 1-minute rounds over there. So I mean, like, I listen to you guys, I really do, but you know, when you guys mention stuff, then I take it and I write it down, and I try to put a lot of thought into it. Like, okay, if we do this, what are going to be the negatives of it? What are the positives? Case being, I always like to bring this one up, but our drone. So we had a drone, sounded like a great idea and everything, and it made for a neat view, but it was loud. And every single video, if they didn't have the drone footage in it, people are like, what's that noise? Bees? Are there angry bees? We don't have to have more rounds just because it's a title fight. I mean, the title fight just signifies that, hey, these are the 2 best that we have at the time, fighting for the title. Go watch Golden Hands versus Arm & Hammer. That was 3 2-minute rounds, and that one went to a decision. But you can't tell me that that fight would have been that much better with 2 more rounds. It was a really good technical fight, and I felt like it lived up to the build up. I definitely feel that. I mean, if somebody comes in there and they're like, hey, I want to do 3-minute boxing rounds instead of 2, and then the opponent's like, yeah, me too, then there's nothing like set in stone to where we can't accommodate that. Hell, if 2 people are like, well, I think I just want to fight 1-minute rounds because I don't got no stamina. And the other guy's like, I don't got no stamina either. It's like, okay, we'll agree 1-minute rounds. So that is something we can accommodate. We've always had that. You know, if you want to change the, not so much the amount of rounds, but the length of the rounds, yeah. What do you guys think of giving incentive bonuses out to fighters? So that I think incentive bonuses help motivate fighters to end fights early too. Okay. So I mean, you can go out and do a fight and yeah. I mean, if two people want to do 3-minute rounds, but our standard is the same. It's 3-minute MMA, 2-minute boxing, kickboxing, 5-minute grappling. So that's just how we set it in stone from the beginning. You know, that's how they do their fights in Virginia too. They don't do the grappling stuff like we do. I think they might have had like a BJJ match or two in the past, but I mean, we put out the most BJJ matches for sure. What else? So I ordered the MMA title belt. They sent me the mock-up. They sent me the mock-up for it. Like, when did they send that? They sent it to me last week, the mock-up for it, okay? So it's just basically a picture of what the belt's going to look like with all the pictures I chose on it. So anyway, they sent me the mock-up of that. When you order a belt like that, you can actually choose the belt strap that you want and all that. So I picked the belt strap. I put the images on there that are going to be used for the belt, and I don't show the belt ahead of time though. You know, that's something that, like, I'll present that. I plan on presenting it to either Isaiah or Gumby at the end of the title fight. And I want that to be the first time anybody sees it. Like, anybody. One thing to keep in mind is, like, hold on. What if we did kind of prize pool where the money goes to fight gear give? I love that. I'm 100% behind that. If you guys want to donate for a giveaway, what I could do is I could set it up. I'll be like, okay, guys, we're doing a fundraiser for. Man, this is a good idea. Man, thanks. So what I'll say is, hey, we're going to do a fundraiser for the January 23rd event, and if you want to donate to it, what will happen is whatever money is raised, 100% of the money raised for that prize pool will go towards prizes for the fighters. You are a genius. And the more donations, the more prizes people get. Like, we literally could make up prizes for everything. We'll probably do like a raffle too for like a t-shirt or something. But I mean, gloves, wraps, mouthpieces, whatever ideas you guys want, you know. Hell, if you guys are even more comfortable with buying stuff and then sending it to me, like gear for me to give out, I mean, that's fine too. But I don't abuse your guys' money or anything. I put it towards exactly what I say I'm putting it for, and that's stuff for our events, building cages. J Money, what's up? That's where all that money goes. It goes back to the organization, back to the fighters. But damn, man, I gotta write that one down. I was actually busy at work today, and I thought of something that was pretty. Like, I think it's a pretty good idea. But I was thinking about doing a skit at the scrapyard, getting a couple people together to work on it, but I got some really cool ideas. Just purely for entertainment factor. They're not fights or anything like that, but they're related to like the scrapyard. I'll put it that way. So I got some really cool ideas. I always want Sasquatch memorabilia, people. My birthday's coming up. It's in like, what's today, the 12th? Oh, I can't see. Oh, it's like the 12th today. So my birthday's coming up on the 20th. If anybody wants to buy me Sasquatch memorabilia, you know, for the scrapyard to either put up or signs, that kind of stuff. I really like that kind of stuff. I'm already working on a couple things. But Sasquatch is our mascot, you know. If you're from Washington State, there's a few things that stand out with Washington State. One of which is Seattle, which I'm not really much of a big person like that. So you got the iconic Space Needle, but you also have got mountains and Sasquatch. Those things really stand out. So that's why when we were picking our backyard name, we picked Sasquatch's Backyard. We picked the Squatch as our mascot, and I think it's unique. You know, it really shows where we're at. It shows our location. We aren't West Coast. I mean, we are on the West Coast, but we aren't Street Meets West Coast. I thought that their design was a good representation of like the West Coast in general, especially Cali and that kind of stuff. But I also feel like, you know, Virginia with their mascots, I felt those were fitting too. But I think it's great that everybody's different. We all got our own different t-shirts. We all got our own designs. But I'm sorry I'm missing some of your comments and whatever, but I'm just I finally got on the road. Finally driving. I was stuck in traffic for an hour. I don't usually get stuck in traffic. I usually just kind of roll through. But I think that's about all I got for you guys today. Kind of drying up on my conversation here. I'll probably go back and read your guys' comments. I got like hit and miss, you know. I got most of it. Once I started moving, I couldn't really read comments anymore. But if you guys are firechicken76@gmail.com. That is my scrapyard fund anyway, but you can even leave a note on it, like for the prize fund or just general donation. So to give you an idea, I had to get my porta potty pumped today because we've had it for a few events and it's been used, and it was like $70 to get it pumped. It's just maintenance, you know, like costs associated with running the backyard fight organization. But so anyway, thanks for hanging out with me on this drive. You know, it definitely made it go by a little bit quicker. So peace out, everybody.